To trading HC, NIO stock again up. What's happening right now, Enrique?
Let's see what's going on. First of all, remember to read disclaimer right here and also in the description below. Welcome to Train HT. So today, minus 3.41 right now, NIO. At the time that we're recording this video, let us know how the price has changed, if it did so. And you look at this uptrend right here, and it's very, very interesting. We're talking about a movement of more than 50% if we take the data from the lowest level. And it's interesting because I found this level right here as a clear support in previous videos, and it acted as such.
Yeah, look at that. We're talking about that back in April 2024. It was the first time that they tried to rebound the stock, and they made a similar rally, actually, a little bit more, because we're talking about that it reached the $6 area. So in terms of performance, that was like 65%. And again, guys, it's happening. The same thing is like, this is very interesting, because these accumulation distribution areas are the best to find that someone is behind this move, and the thing here is like when there is like a double scenario of a support level that is being rebounded, this is very positive in terms for the long term, as long as they hold the line.
Exactly. So we will have to wait and see if that level gets reached again, if they broke out of it or not. How do you think it will go? Let us know in the comments. And also, if the opposite happens and the price starts to go higher, do you think this time will break this level right here above the $6 area? We could say, because in the past, as Alvaro mentioned, that 65 movement more or less got rejected exactly at that point, and it got rejected two times, as you can see right here, very, very clear. And from there, the downtrend movement was around minus 40% if we take into account to the lowest point. So what do you think? First question, will this movement continue or not? And if it does, will it break the level that the previous one did or not? And if it goes lower, do you think this will be a correction from here or a movement to the lower side? What I mean is, let us know in the comments your prediction for this stock, because we always like to read all your comments.
Let's go do the forecast, Enrique.
Let's go with it. Here we have a lot of analysts, not as usual in other stocks, but here it's very interesting.
37, and actually the average is more than 24%. So I think the vision of these analysts are kind of realistic, in the sense that there are some analysts that say in other stocks that the price should go up like 2000%. Here they at least, the most optimistic one is more than 100%, but not that much. And the minimum and the most pessimistic scenario, we're talking about, one analyst thinks that the stock should go down minus 25%. So mixed opinions, but the average is positive.
Yeah, guys, what do you think about this forecast? And also we have the EPS forecast right there. In the quarterly, you can see like they expect that they estimate to go higher each quarter. And then in the annual, it's very interesting to see how in 2027 they would be almost in the positive territory, approaching that level. Do you think this will be the reality of this company or not, and why? Let us know in the comments below.
And look at that, the revenue in 2024, this year, the estimate is 9.87. So we're talking about billions, of course. So that's, a little bit better than the previous year. But I think in 2025, this is like when the estimates by analysts from Wall Street is like they think this is going to skyrocket this stock. And this is very interesting, because right now we are trading at very low levels of NIO. We're talking about that, we are nearly the lowest level reached at the beginning with after the IPO, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at that on the weekly chart. Yeah, exactly, Enrique. We're talking about in between May 2019 and May 2020.
Yeah, it's interesting also from that perspective in the weekly time frame. Like we are kind of in the middle of this chart. Remember that we're using the logarithmic scale. If you change it,
You see
the
nothing.
perspective is completely different. Yeah, exactly. So if you use both, nice, but here we prefer this one, at least for these stocks that have a lot of volatility and this type of movements. And going back to the 1 hour, sorry, to the daily time frame again, this movement seems very similar to the previous one. This breakout right here, oh, sorry, I missed that one. That breakout right here with the green circle was a very interesting one indeed, because from there the price didn't look back. We could say it had like a movement to the lower side right here, but all the candles ended up green. We will see how the market closes today. Do you think this will be another green candle when the market closes, or will this be the first one in red since the beginning of this last movement? And how do you see this situation? Because maybe this area is just like the area where they are buying and accumulating, so we can see some price action ranging between these two levels. Or maybe you believe like the price will broke out of it, and this price action is already prepared to kind of skyrocket or break these previous levels? I think that's a very interesting question that I want to know the answer in your comments, because if you take a look at this area right here, the resistance in the past were huge. So do you think this will be broken out again as it happened, or do you think like the level will be strong enough to reject the price again to the lower side? I'm very interested in knowing all your opinions.
Yeah, I think this red line that you draw, is kind of realistic of the situation we are experiencing right now because it has been trading sideways, but in a huge way, between $3.50 and $6. And look at the volume profile confirms exactly that. It's like we have different areas. One, the point of control is at 4.50. That point of control means that according to the technical analysis theory of the volume profile, it should be trading around the point of control, these red lines. So we are a little bit far away from that. But on the contrary, guys, we have another level that is being traded a lot, which is the actual level that we are at right now. The 5.40.
Yeah, exactly. I think this price action is very, very interesting. So we have to ask you, obviously, your opinion about it, because we can learn a lot by talking about what do you think, and the volume profile kind of reflects that, but of course with more volume here in Trading HT. So we have more comments each day and more subscribers and more viewers, but of course we don't have like all the market data, so we can just like talk in our small community about how is the sentiment for the particular stock in this case. So how did you see the situation? Also, we wanted to comment with you this kind of breaking news, we could say, that we have right here from Benzinga article, and it's about what is going on today with NIO. And they talked about this second paragraph today. This Chinese automotive powerhouse, Chery is called, has joined NIO's charging network, becoming the 13th company to do so. And this was reported here in this media, I think. And they joined this, and the interesting thing is, like, if you keep reading, this charging network is now accessible to other brands. And the interesting data also is like they have, you read the paragraph, as of today, NIO boasts one of the largest public charging networks among Chinese car brands, featuring 2,339 supercharging stations with more than 10,000 charging piles and more than 1,000 destination charging stations with more than 10,000 chargers across China. So this kind of data is interesting if you are more in the fundamental side and you want to dig in that way, because we had in the previous video one comment that we're going to read just right now after we comment this, that was talking about the situation of this company being a Chinese one, and that was kind of undervalued. But how do you see the situation? Do you think this market is overvalued, undervalued, and this company inside of it, with all these innovations of public charging networks and the battery swap stations and all that, do you think this will push NIO stock higher or not? Let us know in the comments below also.
Also, guys, let's take a look at the most popular stocks right now on the Wall Street market. And very interesting, because right here we have like exactly, look at that. We have NIO, the only one that is, positive right now by far. It's like we're watching right now the 1 month of data. And then year to date, in 2024, it hasn't been that good. Remember that NIO has been crashing over time. So obviously we are just rebounding lost levels at the beginning of the year. And in general, NIO is like right now is the only one stock that is very popular right now that is skyrocketing.
Yeah, very interesting, that section right there. So we can see all the stocks that we are talking about in Trading HT. So if you want to see different stocks right there, please let us know in the comments below so we can add them to this show and talk about them all together and learn and grow this community. Let's go with the comments from the previous video that you let us in NIO stock. We have two comments. One is very, very brief. So let's go with the first one right here. That is the one that I mentioned, talking about the company being from China. Do you see that, Alvaro?
I can see it.
Okay. Yeah, you can read it if you want.
Yeah, we have Mark Courtney is like, this is good, a long overdue for an undervalued stock, that gets beaten up because it's from China. China is like, why? Okay. Be good to see sorts gets after and the company get rewarded for innovation and technology advancement for the good of all. I mean, the technology, the battery swap, I think is something unique, and this is something that you need to congrats. It's something very difficult to achieve in that sense. And we have a lot of problems right now with the EV industry, regarding that exactly, because you're gonna have a long trip it's not easy, to charge the battery. Like you have to stay 3 hours in a restaurant or whatever and it's difficult, and the battery swap solves exactly that.
Exactly. So thanks for that comment right there. We will see how it goes. Thanks for sharing, your idea about this kind of innovation and technological advancement of this company. So thank you very much. If you have more information that you want to share us in the comments about this company, let us know, please. Thank you. And let's go with the last comment right here. This is very, very brief, and it's very explicit. It is from Cliff. See, we could say,
Oh yeah.
yeah, let's this up. Okay, so let's go trade in HT. Remember to subscribe. Thank you for all these comments. Let us know everything you want to share in this one. Check other videos right here. I think this would be Holostock or other one if you have more time. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We're very happy to have this community. Trade in HT, honest traders. Let's go.
Bye bye.